creating a photographic documentary with 5 photos, learn the art of storytelling, photography fundamentals using a camera, phone, or tablet, and the photojournalism basics.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Shannon, and I am a photography instructor with COCA. Welcome to creating a documentary using 5 photos. For this photojournalism lesson, you will need access to a cell phone or a tablet, or if you have your own camera, that will work well. Make sure that the cell phone or the tablet that you will be using has the following features: a flash, exposure adjustment so that you can make a picture lighter or darker, and a timer. Find the pause button and pause while you go and gather the camera that you will be using for this photojournalism documentary. When we come back, more about where to find features and what the feature icons look like.
Basic camera, phone, and tablet features. To get the best photographs, you will want to learn how to turn your flash off and on for inside and outside when natural light is low, how to make exposure adjustments before taking the picture, how to operate the self-timer so you can be in the picture, and other features once you are familiar with your flash, exposure, and self-timer, which include exploring apps, adding filters, special effects, and stickers just for fun. The flash looks like a lightning bolt with auto off and on options. The timer looks like a clock with 3 seconds and 10-second options. On the right, you see a phone image with a yellow arrow pointing to a sun icon. This is how you make exposure adjustments. You can adjust the brightness of an image by sliding up and down with this icon. This icon shows up once you tap the screen to focus on the picture. Now try tapping the flash icon to activate the flash. Turn it on and take a picture. Turn it off and retake that picture. Then compare the 2 photographs. Next, locate the icon that looks like a clock for the timer. Tap the clock to activate the timer. Off 3 seconds and 10 seconds should be available. Tap the 3-second option and take a selfie. The 10-second option is best when you need enough time to get in the photograph. To activate your exposure icon, you will need to focus on something. Tap the screen to get your sun icon to appear. Then try sliding it up and down to adjust the exposure. In some cases, you will need to slide left or right or around in a circle motion. The grid showing in this photograph can be activated by going into your settings and looking for the grid option to turn it on. You can always turn it off when you don't need it. We will talk more about the grid once we discuss the rule of thirds. To ensure your photographs will be crystal clear and clean, take a moment to wipe the camera lens on the front and the back. You are ready to take your first photograph. Creating an environmental portrait. Selecting a well-lit public area with lots of natural light. Collecting props like pencils, paper, books, lessons to work on. Setting up your scene and taking the picture. We are going to be creating an environmental portrait, and I have my items here that should help tell the story of what is going on in this time period of my life. So let's talk about the items that I have created as my props for my environmental. This is a couple of items that I use on a daily basis, and it includes rulers, scissors, pencils,
and markers. This is my nifty pencil sharpener, and in this bucket you will find my camera, usually my cell phone, and some cleansers in order to keep the camera clean. These are creative items that I might use if I'm inspired to color or draw. My color pencils, my tape, my glue and glue stick, and in this bucket I have my mask that I wear when I go out and my hand sanitizer to keep myself and others safe during this time of COVID-19. Over here I have a notebook for taking notes, a book on photographing insects. Since I'm staying at home most of the time, I want to have pictures of things that are easily accessible and around me every day. And a reference book for photography. You might also want to find some books that you are reading or that you have been assigned while you are doing your homeschool. I also keep a calendar nearby because days seem to run into each other now that I'm home every day. My mouse in case I need to use my laptop, and occasionally I want a sip of water without having to get up and run to the kitchen. Now, after looking at my things that I have collected, think about what you use on a daily basis for your homeschool experience, gather them up and get them organized and take your environmental portrait. If you do not have someone who will photograph you with your items that you have arranged, you may photograph the items without you being in the picture. However, you can also consider placing your phone up against a stack of books, using your self-timer and taking the portrait. Or if you have a device that will allow you to set your phone up and use your timer, that will work as well. So have fun creating your environmental, and we will talk about taking the picture of your outside home environment in the next segment. So pause the video, and when we return, we'll be ready for photo number 2 and 3.
For the second photo, you will go outside. Take a picture of your home, front porch, or backyard. The third photograph should be something like a favorite tree, bush, or flower nearby home, or someplace in the neighborhood. For this assignment, we will practice shooting like a pro using the rule of thirds. So go to your phone settings to locate the grid. This makes applying the rule of thirds easy. If you cannot find a grid, you can still do the assignment without one. Let's pause here while you check out the grid and perhaps decide what you would like to photograph outside.
The rule of thirds is a professional way of setting the scene for your photograph. To set the scene in this photograph, I am going to place the rose bushes on one side, the rocks will be in the center, and then over on this side you will see a bit of the sidewalk. You can turn on an option if it's available on your phone that's called a grid. You will need to go into your settings to look for that advanced feature. Once you find it, it makes using the rule of thirds very easy. Now that you have used your basic camera features and applied the rule of thirds, you are ready for a greater adventure. For the neighborhood project, please make sure you have permission of your parent and adult supervision if you are going to explore beyond the boundaries of your home, front yard, or your backyard. For my project, I am going to venture across the street to my community garden and look for something interesting as part of my documentary project. There are many beautiful things to photograph in our community garden, but I have chosen to photograph the sign that says 6 feet apart, wash your hands, we've got this. It directly relates to my stay-at-home experience during COVID-19.
For our fourth photograph, we will record a fun activity at home, like playing games, drawing, cooking, watching a favorite show or movie. Include yourself and others having fun. Turn on the flash for an action shot to avoid motion blur or in dim lighting. Be sure to get up close and personal. Fill your frame with the fun. Avoid using the zoom for a clearer picture. Next, we're going to focus on fun times at home with family. You're going to take a picture of what you like to do at home for fun. It could be drawing, reading, playing inside or out. Here are a few things that I like to do. Of course, I blow bubbles. Sometimes I will use my gel pens to color. I truly enjoy looking at old magazines. Occasionally, I will make a postcard and send to others who are staying in as I am so that they will have something from me to enjoy. Creating cards from things on the internet, and of course using my photographs to send out as well. I especially enjoy playing Scrabble. So think about the games that you like to play or movies that you like to watch and record it as part of your stay-at-home experience. This will be the final photograph for your photography documentary. You are going to focus on the family and gather everyone together to take a portrait. Make sure that you're also in it. After you complete this part of the assignment, we're ready for the final steps, putting it all together and adding your commentary. So pause here, and then when you return, we will put it all together. Creating a title and telling your stories are the basics to photojournalism. Let's create an interesting title for each photograph that you select for this documentary. Write a sentence describing what each photograph is about. Write how you feel about staying at home, and something that you like or don't like about homeschool. Be sure to include what you think about being a photojournalist.